I just want you guys to know, there's no way that I'm gonna date a man that makes under 200K a year. That don't even make no sense. I'm not trying to struggle. I can struggle by myself. Okay? Why would I want to struggle with a man?
And you will. And you will. You gonna struggle by yourself. There's no need to even argue with women like this, honestly. I remember a time when the only thing you had to worry about when you were out in the streets, so to speak, the only thing you really had to worry about was, hey, listen, I like you. Hopefully you like me. Let me take you out. Let me court you. Let me get involved with your life. Tell me about yourself. I'll tell you about myself. When I got married young, right? I got married very young, at 21. Again, I don't recommend that unless you've known this person for a very, very long time. And although that marriage lasted 9 years, once I was done, once we got divorced and I was back out in the streets, I never ran into any single female that asked me what my job was. Sure, it came up in conversation casually as we talked and got to know one another, but that was never a leading question. And if it had been, then that would have let me know right off the bat that I don't need to talk to that person any longer, right? When you have standards as men, it really does set the play. When you have standards as men, it doesn't matter what a woman says. Honestly, it doesn't, because your standard is already set, and either they're going to meet that standard or they're not going to meet that standard. If they don't meet that standard and you choose to bust them down anyway, that's on you, right? I hope that if that is the case, that you choose to be proactive and protect yourself and use contraceptions or whatever so that you don't end up with a baby out here by someone that you can't stand. But I just remember it being a much simpler time, right? Back in the olden days, or the glory days, if you will, of dating, where you didn't really have to worry about what a woman was after. You didn't have to worry about, why is she dating me? Is she after something? Am I just her fool buddy? Am I just a dude that she's just wasting time with while she waits for Rico and Tay Tay to get their act together so she can go back with them? Am I exposed to any type of venereal diseases? Am I exposed to any type of STDs and transmitted diseases? All of those things are things that you have to worry about today. All of those things. This is why I say I feel sorry for a lot of the men that are still in the dating market, and women too, because there's a lot of sorry ass men out here as well. But I feel sorry for you all who are single and are trying to navigate this life. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. You were not meant to, I do not believe that you were meant to navigate this world and navigate this life on your own, by yourself. Now, y'all can go online. I know you see all the tweets and you see all the posts on Facebook about how people would much rather preserve their peace and be alone and to themselves. And I don't doubt that people would much rather have their peace than be with somebody in chaos, right? But at the end of the day, we're humans. And as humans, we're not designed to live and to navigate and to be on this earth alone. Even if it's in seclusion, you still want to have somebody there to share that seclusion with, right? That's obvious. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. You have to be a very, very special type of person with special trauma to be able to live on your own, stay alone, and not want any companionship whatsoever. That's a very lonely, dark place. And so when you come up against women like this, that have all these standards that say that she's only dating the top 1% of men because that's what she said, 200K plus, right? When you're I'm not even going to talk about what she looks like because it's no need. That's a whole different. You can't come out here looking like Squidward talking about you want a 200K man. That's just not. All right, I'm moving on. Listen, when you come up against women like this that have these standards and say, listen, I'm only dating men with a certain dollar amount that meets my criteria, well, then at least, you should be thankful that at least up front what they're after. That way you can go ahead and let them continue to walk the path of solace alone. Because one thing is going to happen. This woman already looks like she's well past her midlife crisis, right? So my question is, if you only date 200K plus men and millionaires, okay, where are they? Why are you online looking for suitors if that's the case? We often tell on ourselves when we get on this app and when we get on social media and when we just start blabbing. Listen, it's one thing for certain. If you just listen to a person that talks a lot, sooner or later, they're going to give you enough information for you to be able to make a decision on whether or not that person is a person of character or not. Sooner or later, okay? One thing about a person that likes to talk a lot, all you have to do is listen and pull out your book and start making your notes and start checking off the list. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do with these types of people. That's all you got to do, I promise. Let's see what else she has to say.
So if you're not making 200K, you can't date me. You trying to date me? I only date millionaires, baby. Like, you better get it right. Too many times you had it wrong. Don't be in my inbox. Working where? Where you work? That's the only question I got. Where you work?
Hey, which one of y'all in her inbox, bro? Which one of you are in the Grinch Who Stole Christmas's inbox? Which one of y'all are trying to become a citizen of Whoville? Which one of y'all? Which one of y'all? Listen, as I said before, when I was dating, when I was in the dating game, this question of 50-50, are you gonna, what job do you work and are you gonna be able to fund my lifestyle, was never a question, because I was dating people that were genuinely interested in me for who I was, and I was dating them because I was genuinely interested in them, unless you were a bust down, right? But when we get in these situations out here where you might get lonely, you might think about resorting to dating someone like this. You might get to a point to where you're like, you know what? What do I have to lose? Right? But I'm telling you right now, you have a lot to lose. You have a lot to lose. You only get one shot at this life. That's it. And as much as, the message is have fun and make sure you live life to the fullest and all of that, we have a limited amount of time that has already been predetermined. We have a very, very limited amount of time. So I would suggest that you use that time wisely. Men, please look for women of character. Women, please look for men of character. Character is something that you cannot hide. You cannot hide it for long, because sooner or later, your true character will present itself. This is not something that you can just continue to mask under the veil of great character and continue to live that. Listen, eventually, whatever is underneath is going to bleed through, it's going to seep through, and the true you will come to the surface. And then you're going to have to deal with it. But listen, I've never argued with women like this. You don't argue with them. You let them say whatever it is they say. Let them expose themselves. Let them reveal themselves to you. And then you move accordingly. That's it. That's all. That's it. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Make sure y'all tap into the Play of the Day, which is a daily segment that we do on this channel, revolved around finances. I want to thank you all for watching. And stay away from Whoville, fellas. Later.
What's the word? What's the word? What's the word, nigga? What's the word? What's the word? Yeah. Can't walk in my shoes. It get too dark, you swim with sharks whether you win or lose. They broke my heart before I started. Which walk do you choose? This ain't for spectators, no respect if you play it cool. Niggas attach your gangster, they expect you spray O2. Boy, you's a fool. Niggas killing babies, fuck a school.